Okay guys, now this actually wasn't meant to be part of the 3x Lead Machine, but I did have a lot of people saying to me, well, I don't have a website. I've been in business for a few years and I don't even have a website. So if you do have a website, you can skip this whole section, but if you don't, I suggest you watch this because this is it's really good stuff. So I know it can be really frustrating. I have felt like this so many times, putting my blimmin' hand straight through the screen because I've been so frustrated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through all these things that don't make you so frustrated. Now you will need to have a domain, or a domain. So if you don't have a domain or domain, how the Americans say it, I suggest you'll need to get one. So a lot of people may have one. You may have a domain that's been sitting there for years and you've never actually used it, or you use your domain purely for email. And the second thing you'll need is someone to host your account. So this is where it's held. And you're going to need someone to make it for you, which is a pain. Now this is the bit you're not going to need, because I'm going to show you how you can make it yourself. Now the two websites that I'd recommend are Jimdo and Weebly. Now I would use Weebly. It's just my preference. I prefer to use it. I think it's easy to use. And it comes with a free domain as well. So let's just rip into it and I'll just show you. And this is just real top level stuff. I'm not going to sit here and show you how to set up your website because we'd be here all day. Now this is the first website I want to walk you through and just show you how it basically works. So this is Jimdo's. Now before you go to Jimdo, even Weebly, what you may want to do is just kind of look around for a domain that you like. So I'd kind of just go to domains.com or crazydomains.com.au. There's hundreds of them, but this one here is really easy to use. And just go through and start typing in some names that you like. So I typed in jackspestcontrol.com. It's not available. So just go through and just start picking the ones that till you come across one and you go jackandjewelpestcontrol.com. It's available and you can buy it for $9. So what you could do is just buy that domain and just hold on to it. It's just a safe way, because if you do all this work inside Jimdo's and you pick your domain in here, you need to make sure that it's definitely available. Now I'm pretty sure that they check it as you go through, but I just need to we'll need to just go through it and I'll show you the points where you can pick this up. So here we go here. So you pick a name for your website. So here we go here. So when it says pick a name for your website, Jack and Jill Pest Control, I'm pretty sure that this is checking that it's available inside Jimdo and that it's available on the net. I can't be 100% sure, but a fail-safe way of checking is to check it here, because if it is available here, then it'll definitely be available here. So just check. Well, it may not, because someone may have picked it but hasn't registered the domain name. So just go to here, and what I would do, go into here and go to there and make sure they're all available and then proceed, because you can't change your domain name here once you've got it. So make sure you get that part right. Put your email address in here and create a password. It's that simple. So once you've done that, you can get cracking. Now what you can do, if you are finding it a little bit hard and you just find all this too complex, just divert it to a guy at Fiverr or a freelancer. Now Fiverr, or Fiverr as it's known as, is someone will set it up for you for $5. So just go to fiverr.com, and what they'll do is they'll get your domain. So if you went back to here and you just brought that domain, select done, and that's all you'd need to do, and then you went back to the guys here at Fiverr, you can find someone to do it. So look at this here. So go to Fiverr and type in register domain. I'll register your .com domains for $5. So they'll do it all for you. And then if you go through here, Jimdo's, here we go. I'll build you and customize the site, and GoDaddy and Jimdo's for $5. So I mean, you can't go wrong. So if you get stuck, just pay these guys and they'll do it for you. It's really, really easy. So that's kind of just a recap of Jimdo's. Weebly's is the one I prefer to use. And you log into Weebly, the user interface is really easy. What do you want to do? Blog, store, or a site? Well, we want to build a site. Click on there. It says choose a theme. I'll just walk you through it very quickly. And in here, it says, you know, use a subdomain of weebly.com. So this is where you can choose your domain over here, and if you've already got one, you can connect it. And it's very, 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 very simple. So you can choose a name here, and it's got a little wee thing down here to actually see if there's one available. So you can do everything under the one box. I think it's really easy to use. So, you know, My Amazing Accountant, it's available, and here it is here, it's available. So that's why I like Weebly. You don't have to go back and forth into that domain section. And you'll see here when you go to the next slide within Weebly, the next page, just choose, you don't need to go to Pro and Pay, just get started here. And you can use a starter, if you want to pay and get rid of the name Weebly, don't use Pro, just go to the starter one and it will give you a free domain. So what you need to do here, you need to be careful, because if you do put myamazingaccountant.weebly.com and you don't register the domain, that means you're paying for it, someone could take it off you. So it would pay you to set this up, and if you do want that domain, I'd go back and buy it, because when I say buy it, what happens is when you join up to Weebly, you get this for free. Okay, so that's why you can register the domain with Weebly, and I think it's about, the Weebly system's about $8 a month. It's really cheap. So just go and put your credit card details in there, and away you go. So that's just a real basic overview of how to set up Weebly and how to set up Jimdo's. If you get stuck, that Fiverr or Fiverr.com is a really good site for getting people to do stuff for you. Just real basic stuff. Don't get too complicated. So I hope that helps you. If you don't have a website, it just kind of gives you a bit of intuition on what you can do and where you can go.